All right, let's get straight into it. Welcome to this urgent tactical briefing. As your senior intelligence strategist, I need to be completely straight with you about a hard reality we're facing right now. Here in 2026, your current cloud-based AI isn't just a tool anymore. It's a massive geopolitical liability. We've officially hit that definitive inflection point. Relying on third-party AI providers has morphed from a really nice convenience into an absolutely critical vulnerability. If you want your organization to survive, you literally have to shift from renting intelligence to owning it. So today, we're going to blueprint exactly how you can build your own private intelligence factory to ensure your survival in 2026.
Here's our strategic roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to start by analyzing the 2026 data siege. Then we'll break down the physical factory blueprint, detail the intelligence workflow, assess the threat model, and finally, we'll end with your final directive to achieve full cryptographic sovereignty.
Okay, Section 1, the 2026 data siege, from convenience to liability.
We're opening this briefing right in the thick of what I call the data siege. The era of the cute, experimental AI pilot, that's completely over. We're in a full-blown industrial phase now. And centralized powers, those massive hyperscalers, they currently hold the keys to the world's intelligence supply. And honestly, that centralization is a direct threat to your strategic independence. So I really want you to ask yourself, is the critical instruction manual for your organization's decision-making actually within your direct control, or is it just sitting on some server thousands of miles away, completely at the mercy of foreign regulations, sudden API rate limits, or completely arbitrary terms of service changes? Because if a foreign entity can just remotely disable or tweak your AI settings, you don't have a utility, you have a liability.
And hey, this isn't just me spinning up some theoretical paranoia. Just look at this number. According to Deloitte's State of AI and the Enterprise Survey, a massive 77% of surveyed companies are now factoring an AI solutions country of origin into their vendor selection. That pressure to source AI domestically is completely reshaping the global market. Total technological autonomy isn't a luxury anymore. It's the absolute baseline requirement for trust and competitiveness.
To achieve true digital independence, we need a fundamental shift in how we architect these systems. You can't just reverse engineer legacy cloud tech and expect it to be secure. It doesn't work that way. Your systems have to be sovereign by design. And that means your data and operational controls are embedded directly into the very foundations of your network, your compute, and your storage. Literally built in, not just bolted on as an afterthought.
Moving on to Section 2, the factory blueprint, architecting independence. So, to bridge that gap between ambition and an actual functioning air-gapped deployment, we have to look at extreme co-design. With modern platforms we're seeing now in 2026, like the NVIDIA Vera Rubin NVL72, we aren't just optimizing isolated chips anymore. We are treating the entire data center as the single unit of compute. Whether you're building out a massive enterprise facility or you're provisioning H100 and B200 equivalents for high-end home labs, you need an architecture where the GPUs, CPUs, networking, and power delivery all operate together as one, tightly integrated, completely air-gapped system. Just take a look at this massive leap in raw capability. We've moved from the 2024 Gray CPU to the purpose-built 2026 Vera CPU. Notice how that memory bandwidth jumps from 512 gigabytes per second to a staggering 1.2 terabytes per second. This is absolutely crucial because in an always-on AI factory, your CPU isn't just sitting there hosting, it's the high-bandwidth data movement engine that literally keeps your entire intelligence production line from stalling out.
Now you might be wondering, how do we actually make this efficient locally without melting our servers? The answer is quantization. By utilizing 4-bit floating point, or NVFP4, alongside the Rubin GPU's transformer engine, we're compressing these massive foundation models with practically zero loss in accuracy. This is a total game changer because it drastically lowers the barrier for hosting highly capable, domain-specific models directly on your local hardware. It means you can completely bypass those expensive, non-sovereign cloud APIs.
All right, Section 3, the intelligence workflow, turning data into action.
But right before we break down the mechanics of that workflow, and honestly, before your current cloud provider tries to intercept this broadcast, have you subscribed to CyberTips Explainer yet? Subscribe now. Like and share this explainer with someone you deeply care about to have a foolproof cyber defense. Now, back to the briefing. Okay, so how does this factory actually work in practice? How does it ingest, clean, and synthesize your private data without a single data packet ever sneaking out of your local network? Well, we execute a strict 4-stage deployment.
First up is ingestion. Autonomous agents continuously crawl and parse your internal systems, like your local databases or SharePoint. Second is processing. We chunk that data up and convert it into searchable vectors. Third is orchestration, leveraging no-code platforms to visually build agents that connect directly to your private endpoints. And finally, deployment, executing these containerized workloads seamlessly on industry-standard platforms like Ray and Kubernetes, securely within your air-gapped perimeter.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Your factory doesn't just sit there generating text, it executes actual work through what we call an agentic mesh. Instead of relying on a single, simple prompt, we deploy specialized AI worker squads using complex patterns of agency. We use prompt chaining to break down big tasks, routing to send specific queries to the right specialized agents, parallelization to have multiple agents verify data all at once, and orchestrator workers to synthesize the whole thing. It's deterministic, verifiable intelligence, completely in action.
Let's move to Section 4, the threat model, counter-sovereignty, and compliance.
Because let's face it, declaring independence always attracts scrutiny. We have to address the counter-sovereignty risks, meaning how centralized powers might try to regulate, detect, or restrict your local intelligence nodes. To build an impenetrable defense, you have to master the 4 dimensions of sovereignty. Territorial, your compute and data must physically reside within your borders. Operational, you need absolute administrative control, the ultimate kill switch. Technical, you have to own the software bill of materials. And legal, governing access according to your local jurisdictions. Mastering all 4 is literally the only way you satisfy strict regulatory mandates, like the EU AI Act, without slowing down your operational speed. Now, even if you happen to be operating within a sovereign cloud zone, you need absolute ironclad assurance. Enter confidential inference. This is hardware-level security that encrypts your data while it is actively being analyzed. Think about that. This rack-level cryptographic sovereignty guarantees that even the infrastructure providers themselves cannot peek into your intelligence workflows. Your AI factory remains a total black box to everyone but you. And of course, we have to maintain high speed while doing all this heavy lifting, right? That's where components like the Bluefield 4 data processing unit come into play. They act to offload those heavy infrastructure tasks, like encryption and storage management, right off your primary GPUs. This ensures your air-gapped network experiences near-zero inference latency. It keeps your operations hyper-fast and deterministic, even when your agentic squads are running at absolute maximum load.
Finally, Section 5, the final directive, system initialized.
Look, this isn't just some standard IT upgrade. This is literally the ultimate act of digital independence for your organization. The contrast here couldn't be any starker. On one side, you have renting AI through model as a service, which leaves you as a vulnerable tenant, totally at the mercy of external gatekeepers. On the flip side, owning a sovereign factory means you possess a fully independent domestic intelligence engine. You control the hardware, you control the data, the weights, and ultimately, you control the outcomes.
So here is your mandate moving forward. Reclaiming control means you build local, you govern strictly, and you orchestrate autonomously. Building a private intelligence factory in 2026 is fundamentally about securing your organization's strategic destiny. It's about ensuring your capabilities cannot be restricted, monitored, or shut off by anyone outside your walls.
Your blueprint is complete and your system is initialized, but I'm going to leave you with this one critical thought. When the next massive geopolitical shift happens, who really holds the keys to your intelligence? Make sure the answer is you. Until the next briefing, stay secure and stay sovereign.